We begin tonight with Hurricane Erin and states of emergency along the East Coast. Heavy rain, destructive waves, and life-threatening rip currents from the Carolinas to the Northeast. At this hour, the outer bands of the Category 2 storm are hitting North Carolina's Outer Banks. Winds up to 110 miles per hour. The massive hurricane more than 700 miles wide, running parallel to the coast. Waves crashing into homes on the shores along Cape Hatteras. Those waves expected to swell up to 20 feet high. The storm surge damaging homes and flooding roads. Residents and visitors under evacuation orders. Double red flag conditions at a state park in Maryland. No one allowed in the water. New York and New Jersey beaches now also closed to swimmers through at least tomorrow. The water simply too dangerous to go in. The newest track and forecast coming up in a moment, but we begin with ABC's Victor Oquendo leading us off again from North Carolina.
Tonight, conditions deteriorating all along the East Coast as massive Hurricane Erin turns closer and closer to shore. On North Carolina's fragile Outer Banks, waves and powerful storm surge crashing ashore, threatening homes. Many, but not all, heeding the warning to get out.
If you are under an evacuation order, take action now before it's too late.
Homeowners holding their breath.
We do have a number of threatened oceanfront structures. These are houses that no longer have a protective dune in front of them. They're very vulnerable to the waves, to the high surf.
North Carolina's governor pre-positioning swift water rescue teams and National Guard troops, begging drivers to stay out of flooded roadways.
Don't do it. You do not know how deep the water is or how fast it is running.
Erin more than 700 miles wide, so massive there are tropical storm alerts on both sides of it as it threads the needle between the U.S. and Bermuda. The warnings extending to the Jersey Shore. Atlantic City authorities warning beachgoers not to go in past their ankles. WABC's Anthony Johnson is in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey.
Nobody is allowed onto the beach. As a matter of fact, there are gates to block people from actually walking out on the sand. There are no lifeguards. Red flag warnings everywhere along the Jersey Shore.
Rip current dangers from Florida to New York's Long Island. New York City banning swimming at all beaches. Mary, this is the roughest surf that we have seen yet. Just watch those waves crash into the pier here in Kill Devil Hills. And we're also coming up on high tide, pushing water further up onto the beach. And that's what has officials so concerned. As Hurricane Erin approaches, we are expecting prolonged periods of destructive surf and dangerous rip currents along the East Coast through Friday. Mary?
It is expected to take some time for the water and that dangerous surf, as you mentioned, to calm down. Victor and the crew, stay safe there. Thank you. Hurricane Erin is already being felt in parts of the Northeast, so let's get right to meteorologist Brittany Bell from our New York station, WABC. Hey, Brittany.
Mary, even though Erin hasn't changed much in intensity, it is growing larger and larger in size, sending widespread coastal impacts all along the eastern seaboard. So let's get right to the latest satellite image. It's still a Category 2 hurricane this evening, and the track keeps it offshore, but still close enough for tropical storm warnings for the Outer Banks of North Carolina and the Virginia coast. Also, coastal flood alerts as far north as New York, even Connecticut. On top of that, there's a widespread risk for life-threatening rip currents from north of Miami all the way to Cape Cod. This risk could stay elevated through Friday, potentially even lasting throughout the weekend. And portions of the North Carolina Outer Banks are on alert for dangerous waves that could hit coastal Carolina tonight, approaching 10 to 20 feet. And then next, taking aim for sections of the Northeast, like the Jersey Shore, with waves as high as 11 to 15 feet. Those coastal impacts slowly go down as we head into this weekend. Mary?
And Brittany, we know you'll be tracking this all closely. Thank you.